Okay, that's pretty cool. Then, oh, what's in the paint booth? Oh, it's a 68 GTX. Like, huh. It says Hemi on it. This right here is a 1968 Plymouth GTX convertible, 440 automatic car. This was a running, driving car up until just a few years ago. It just needs some minor work to get back on the road. It's really in excellent condition. You can see, interior is perfect. Seats are perfect. I mean, like I said, just been sitting for a short time. Oh, there we go. I mean, there's no rust. It's dusty. It's got drum brakes up front. But that's about it. This one actually is going shortly here to go to a shop to be put back on the road because the owner wants to drive this. Oh, they'll do it here?
Yeah, I don't let it go out.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is being worked on here to be running and driving.
Let my babies out.
I gotcha.
Unless I'm really trustworthy.
Gotcha. But so I'll decode the VIN later, but just to make it all copacetic, and then it shows L code.
Okay.
I don't know offhand. Like I said, I'll decode it when I get home.
Okay.
And this is her daily driver. It's a Sassy Grass 73 Ford Challenger.
340?
Yeah, she drives this thing, and I want to show you how dusty it is because she lives off of gravel roads. But you can see from the bumper all the dust because she drives this thing everywhere. Which is really, really awesome to see. And this is a 340, so it's a 73, not a 74, automatic on the floor. Nicely done. Her and her husband put this together. And I love Sassy Grass. It's one of my favorite colors. But this is just in the main garage. Wait until you see what's in the others. All right, going into the main barn, here's a 1973 or 4 Dodge Challenger. Actually, it is an air-conditioned car originally. That's why. Power disc brakes. Someone painted the engine bright green. But here, I'll show you the fender tag real quick. But this was on a frame rack up until recently, and this is actually going to be going to a new home here shortly. It's got seats, automatic on the column. Very cool. Yeah, the dash is over there, but the owner here, he was very meticulous in his organization skills. Like that's Challenger door panels, that's Cuda door panels, that's kick panels, that's more different kick panels, radiators, shrouds, trim, and this is just one little part. But yeah, that Challenger, neat. Oh, there's a big block. Oh, there's big block and a small block and another small block. Yep, and then some more big blocks over here. And then, oh yeah, then we got this over here, which is it is not a real AAR Cuda, but it is a extremely well done one. It's got a 346 pack in it. It's a 4-speed. It's really, really pretty. It's got the right mirrors. It's got 70 mirrors. It is a 70. It is a 70 Cuda. I think it was a 318 car. I'll show you in a second. But you can see 4-speed, rally gauge cluster. It's got all the beautiful trim. Then we got the VIN number. Show you that we're not trying to scam anyone. But I'm pretty sure this is a real AAR hood. Yeah. It looked like I'll try to pop it real quick. Hold on. There we go. Looks to be a real AAR hood. You see, they did a really nice job on the engine bay. Manual disc brakes. Cool. But it's got all the important stuff there. And then, okay, so you're like, okay, a Tribute 70 AAR Cuda. And then you're like, okay, that's pretty cool. Then, oh, what's in the paint booth? Oh, it's a 68 GTX. Like, huh. It says Hemi on it. That's interesting that it would say Hemi on it. And then we walk over here. And see, it's got a bench seat, automatic on the column. You know, it's very nicely appointed. Oh, and then hold on, let's see. No, okay, no. Is there a sticker on the other side? I mean, there's a sticker, but no VIN sticker. Nope, not there either. But then we got the VIN number, which I can't see because of my eyesight. Oh, yeah. Let's see here.
So young.
Yeah. RS23L8. So this was a 440 car originally. So that is cool, but it's got a Hemi in it now. And it's not like any, I mean, it's a Hemi, but wait until you see this thing. Nope. How cool is that? Yeah, it's open just a little. I just got. Okay, come on. There we go. Look at that. Jeez Louise. Wow. I'll put it back on. Don't worry.
Oh, no, I'm just making it so you can see better.
Wow. That is awesome. And then get a picture of it real quick. There we go. But yeah, they would take this thing. She said that this thing had probably about 700 horsepower.
That's what the guys tell me.
That's what the guys tell her. And this is what they took to the cruise nights. They would just go and take this. This wasn't a drag car. It was just a piddle around town car.
Yeah, 4 miles per gallon.
Yeah, 4 miles to the gallon. Just crazy. And then because they used Dominator carburetors on the Hemi, they had to put different air cleaner and they had to modify the hood like this to fit it. But definitely won't miss this thing at the cruise night. I mean, that is so cool. And then, yeah, there's the AAR. And this is barn 1 or 2, I guess. This is in the parts side of the building. This is a 1937 Dodge pickup truck. Been customized, obviously, but also this is where they store a lot of their parts. Rims, center caps, trim rings, trimmer on the wheel wells. This is her Lincoln that's buried underneath there. But the cool thing is the grill. You gotta see the grill on this thing. I've never seen one quite like that. The old Dodge grill, where it's got like the rainfall grill here and then the slats down the side. That thing is just so beautiful. And the ram's head. All right, all right, and then look, he has all the jacks and the hooks and the trim work and seat belts. And I need those right there. But here, and these are all bumpers here. Yeah, be careful of the boxes. This will be cleaned by this winter or this fall. But you see he's got like, this is 68 Roadrunner tail panel pieces. They've got over there, you can see E-body power window stuff. This is more just parts, more trim. These are my future, that's my, the carpet pieces. But yeah, sway bars. You need sway bars for E-bodies? He's got a bunch. She's got a bunch. But yeah, this place is so cool. I didn't show you the interior of the truck, but I don't know if you can see, there's a pistol grip in there. There's a pistol grip in there, a nice little billet steering wheel.
Challenger too.
Yeah, I saw the Challenger taillights. How about this? When was the last time you saw Krager non-SS center caps? That's just crazy. Now on to the barn. Okay, so funny story. I was told about this collection from a gentleman on the internet, and he didn't give me the phone number, but I found out the address, and I went over to the young woman's house, and she told me, nope, go away. So we met up later at the Gilmore Museum, and we chit-chatted, and she said, okay, the next time you come through here, I'll let you see the collection. So about a few weeks later, I was coming through the area going to Detroit for, I think it was Woodward Week. And so I stopped by and she allowed me the opportunity to go through the entire collection, and it is not to be missed. Hey, automotive adventurers! I hope you enjoyed that video from my friend over in Michigan. She's got some really cool stuff, and there's going to be, I think, probably 3 or 4 parts to this series on all the stuff she has, because it's really neat. I wish I had more time, and I will go back there here in the future, but it won't be anytime soon with gas prices being almost $5 a gallon for regular here in the Midwest. But I've been out in the garage the last 3-4 days, just consistently working on different projects. I've actually been working on the green car. I've been working on the blue car. I've been working in the garage. If you can see right over there, I made a... Oh, the rain's starting to come in. I made a mount to hold one of my box fans up in the corner, and it pivots forward and back, and it turns. So if I need to redirect it or such, I just got to, move the green car, and, it will go wherever I want. Also, here, let me show you. I just recently learned about pegboard locks, so I redid all the storage over here, and then over here, I made this to hold some of my power tools. It is absolute garbage. I made it too tall, and nothing lines up right, but it works. It was my first time doing a project like that, so... Also, I put in this new tool holder strip, so I had a bunch of these extra tool, holding clamp things. So I took out all the junk ones, because there was a whole bunch of staggered ones. I'll show pictures of them here. And I'm like, you know what? This can be far more efficient. So I might as well get this all out of the way. But also I've been working on the green car. Let me show you real quick. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Okay, so there we go. You can see right there is the 70 style shifter, and I did find the proper plate for the 70 style, because 71 are oblong. Actually, oh no, this one's a 70. Hold on. See, 71s are, actually, right here. 71s have an oblong hole like that in the shifter. I'll call it plate. 70s are round like that. Fortunately, in my part stash, I had a 70 style plate that I didn't know about. So happy to get that done. So that's one more thing. Also, if you can see here, I bought a new battery from Walmart. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was dead, but it's been charging real slow for a few hours. So I'm going to let this go overnight and see if I can get the green car going tomorrow. Because it's supposed to be in the 70s all week. And so I'm going to take that time and not waste it after the crappy winter we had. And I'll be out here every day doing something, I hope. But let me know what you think. I hope you guys are well. And I will talk to you all soon. Don't forget, new videos every Monday. And if you would please share this video and subscribe and like, it helps me keep going. So I appreciate you guys. Stay safe. And, yeah, stay safe. That's what I usually say, right? Yeah. Bye.